Yeah. I'm always ready when it's game time. Hustle in my blood, I'ma make mines. Where I'm trying to go, it's gonna take time. You can earn your respect, I'ma take mine. In a lane of my own, I'm in a zone.
Hello and welcome to Going the Distance, where we share stories of faith, sports, and everything in between. I wanted to start today's episode by remembering one of the NFL's legends, Bart Starr, who passed away on Sunday, May 26th. Starr was a 5-time NFL champion and a 2-time Super Bowl champion and MVP for Super Bowls I and II. He was also a devout man of faith. A statement from his family partially reads, "While he may always be known for his success as the Packers quarterback for 16 years, his true legacy will always be the respectable manner in which he treated every person he met, his humble demeanor, and his generous spirit." End quote. He was 85. Well, right now, with summer right around the corner, many of us are trying to whip our bodies into shape. We're in the gym, we're trying to figure out which diet to work, which diet will work. One of the ways we measure body fat has been checking our body mass index, or BMI. And I had a chance to visit with health nutrition expert Robert Ferguson, who spent years showing people how to lose weight. And he shared with me some new technology that suggests that BMI is an inaccurate measurement of healthiness. And there's a better way to do it. Health nutrition expert Robert Ferguson has spent over 20 years teaching people practical solutions to help them lose fat without giving up the foods they love. But his passion for health and nutrition began when he was just a boy.
My mom, so single family, single mom. And growing up, this is what I saw, is my mom losing 100 pounds, and we all cheered. I watched mom gain it back, we all cried. And she continued to do that throughout my entire childhood. And so I saw the joy of losing weight and feeling better. I also saw the pain of gaining the weight back. And so my inspiration was to one day be able to help my mom.
After serving in the Marines, he went to college and got a degree in dietetics. And of course, his first client was his mother.
She got on my methodology and went on to lose 125 pounds.
125 pounds?
That's right. And she never had to give up the food she loves. So my whole thing was meet people where they are and show them how to make the most of their situation.
In 1995, Robert conceptualized a new approach to dieting called a diet-free life. Since then, he's been a leading voice in nutrition and weight loss. But there was one problem he couldn't solve regarding the body mass index, also known as BMI.
So the BMI was created in the 1830s by a guy named Adolphe Quetelet. He was like a mathematician, but it was never really designed to tell you if you're healthy or not. So in the late 1990s, I discovered this, and I felt that that is absolutely horrible, that we have this thing called the BMI that is not accurate when it comes to whether or not we're healthy or where we could improve, because it's not telling you how much fat is in your body. It's just taking some basic calculations and putting you in a category. So with that injustice, the whole goal was one day I would love to expose the BMI and come up with something that would make it easier for people to kind of get an idea of where they are as it pertains to fat in their body and their current health status.
His opportunity came when he was asked to serve as the official health ambassador for wellness tech company Stay Healthy, Inc., where they are creating advanced technology to empower, inspire, and give hope to individuals, families, and communities to become healthier. John Collins, the company's CEO, was a longtime music industry executive when he decided to leave the industry to join the health and wellness movement.
I wanted to provide services and make available healthcare to everyone at no cost, at a very high quality. It had to be medical, it had to be clinical grade, and it had to address the biggest problems that we were looking at that time. Governor Tommy Thompson, who was the Health and Human Services Secretary, put out a call to action saying, if the biggest terrorist threat we have in the country is not terrorists, it's excess fat, and we need to resolve it. So we went there, we talked to him, we had just developed a kiosk, which did excess body fat measurement or body fat measurement. And we were making it available. So there's, as it stands today, there's 11,000 of those across the country.
I'm sure you've seen the kiosks in stores like Ralph's, Kroger, and Rite Aid. The tech company is hoping to replace BMI with BFI, Body Fact Index.
Body Fact Index is what it says it is. It's your body with facts in an index. So you can do a measurement and you can track it over time.
Well, usually you can walk into your local drugstore to a kiosk just like this one and get your blood pressure, your vitals, your pulse. But pretty soon, Stay Healthy will create a way that you can get all of this right here on your phone.
The app is called the Body Fact app.
With Stay Healthy, what they've done is they've taken that technology and combined it with augmented reality. So let's say we look at your body fact index, and it says that your body fat percentage is, let's say, 30%. Well, we can now hit a button in this app, and we can see what your heart looks like based on having that percentage of body fat. And that's a game changer, because now we can see what your heart, what your pancreas, what your liver, what your kidneys are looking like based on your percentage of body fat.
Wow.
And that, when you see that, it makes you want to eat a little differently and move a little more.
The Body Fact app will be available in app stores soon. Stay Healthy Inc. also recently developed and released Color Quest, an adventure app where kids learn about health and the human body by coloring fun characters that come to life in magical augmented reality.
Our purpose is to educate people and engage them in their hair. So we want to empower you, not the doctor. We use him to achieve our goal, not his goal.
Robert and Stay Healthy Inc. continue to revolutionize the health and wellness industry by merging health and nutrition facts with groundbreaking technology.
They have apps that reach the adults. They have apps that helps people cope better. They have ways of educating the youth. You know, we live in a world right now, as you and I sit here at Diet Free Life, where this generation is more likely to die, be the first generation to die before the older generation, their parents and their grandparents. We got to change that, and education is king.
Wow, I have to tell you, that was eye-opening. I mean, the fact that our organs can gain fat blows me away. I always thought losing weight pertained to how much you weighed, and losing fat that you could actually see. Wow. So BFI, Body Fact Index, is what we should be looking at. Well, the Body Fact app should be released soon, but the Color Quest app is already out, and it is awesome. My nephew Braden is going to love it. Check out this passage from 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verses 19 and 20. Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit who is in you, whom you received from God? You are not your own. You were bought with a price. Therefore, honor God with your bodies. Well, look, we'll be right back after this. Well, welcome back. Have you ever been a part of a team or seen a team with a lot of talent, but never really seemed to reach their full potential? I know I have. I often heard it said that the acronym for TEAM is Together Everyone Achieves More, which I strongly believe, but trying to put together the right team can be a challenge. In his new book, The Soul of a Team, Hall of Fame coach Tony Dungy creatively gives some insight on what really matters when creating and motivating a team. Coach Dungy joins us now via Skype. Coach, it is so good to be with you.
Hey, Don, great to be with you again. Thank you.
It's good to see you. Thank you for taking time out to do this. You've written several books. You've got Quiet Strength, Uncommon Marriage, which, of course, I love talking to you guys about. You've written children's books. What made you want to write this latest book, The Soul of a Team?
Well, I get asked a lot about team building, about chemistry, about putting together a winning climate. How can you create that? Not necessarily even for an athletic team, but in a business, in an office, in a home. So I thought we would take a shot at just looking at biblical principles that apply to any group that's trying to come together and achieve something together. And that's where the idea came from.
Wow. And of course, you know a little something about that. But one of the things,
a little bit.
a little bit. One of the things I found interesting in the book is that you point out that talent isn't always enough when selecting members for a team or even a job.
Everyone kind of looks at that and thinks, well, if I get the best ingredients, if I put 10 people together that are just excellent at what they do, then automatically we're going to have a great, smooth running unit. And that's not necessarily the case. I was the head coach in Indianapolis for 7 years, and our 7 teams there, the team that won the Super Bowl was probably number 5, maybe number 4 in terms of talent, but it certainly wasn't the most talented one. It was the one that had the chemistry, the unity, the togetherness, all the things that you need to be successful.
What's cool, I also began thinking when I was reading the book, is that you say the word soul, and soul is on the title, but what I was hearing also was culture, because it seems like soul and culture are very similar. How important do you think it is, or think soul and culture is, within an organization, whether it's a sports team or not?
Yeah, that soul has a lot of different meanings. It conjures up a lot of thoughts in people's mind, but it's what's inside of you, what's really down deep. And I think that's the key to any team, any organization, any structure. It's what is really the thing that's holding you together and pushing you forward. And that's what we wanted to get at in the book, that has to be something special in order for you to be successful.
Who should create that culture? Should it happen at the top, in the middle? Where should that culture or that soul start? Who gets the ball rolling on that?
Well, the acronym is actually 4 ingredients of soul. S is selflessness, and the opposite of being selfish. O is owning your role, or everyone buying into what the direction you're going and what your part of that unit is, and doing the very, very best you can at that. U is unity, not being necessarily doing everything the same, but having a unified vision and a feeling of togetherness. And then L is having a larger purpose. And so that's what you need. And you need that from everybody in the organization. Of course, it starts at the top. It's tough for the people at the bottom to have that kind of soul, but not have it exhibited at the top. So the leadership, ownership, or whoever's in charge, that's where it has to start. But for all of us, you mentioned faith. These are biblical principles. And we're just, our human nature is not to be selfless, it's to be selfish. Our human nature is not accepting roles that other people give us. Our human nature is we want to define our own role. Our human nature is not to unity, but it's towards, what serves me the best. So if you're trying to get these things going and it's not our human nature, then you have to have a larger purpose to draw everyone to that. And that's what I think leadership at the top has to create, that bigger purpose on a team, in a family, in a business, if you're going to function well and have that winning culture.
I like what you said in terms of fighting for something bigger than yourself. Because one of the things you also pointed out, and I love the way that the book starts with talking about this fictional team called the Orlando Vipers, and kind of intertwining some of your personal experiences in the coaching world into the book. Very, very interesting. I love that creative part of it. You talked about just different aspects of the team. This is who we have. He's great. If we bring this guy in, is it going to, is this person going to fit in with what we already have? Are they going to disrupt it? Even though they have a lot of talent, are they going to mesh well? It's just a very well-written take on building a team. So what's the most important takeaway you want readers to get from this book?
I think it's the fact that just what you said there, talent and the addition of talent doesn't make for a good team. Adding another talented person doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be better. Winning teams, winning culture, championship environment means functioning together. It means putting your individual goals beneath the team goals. It means buying into the direction that the team is going. And that's hard to get, but that's what you want to create as a leader, and that's what you want to be part of as a follower. And it takes both. You've got to have leaders, you've got to have followers, you have to have people that are satisfied with the role that they have. One of the big takeaways came to me when we were at the Summer Olympics in 2016, and we were watching the United States men play the gold medal game. And I just looked up and down the bench, 12 players, each one an NBA All-Star. And you thought, now, gosh, these guys are the stars of their team, and somebody has to be the 12th guy coming off the bench and not playing as much as the other guys. They certainly weren't used to that. They were used to being the focal point of their team. And you had these magnificent players who said, you know what, if I have to be the 12th guy and only play 8 or 10 minutes, I only get a couple shots, it's worth it because I want to represent our country and I want to win a gold medal for the United States. And that, to me, said it all. That spoke of, okay, there's a larger purpose that draws us together. I might not like my role. I might not think my role is big enough. We might not all be unified. We didn't play on the same team in the NBA. But you know what? On this team, what we're trying to accomplish, winning a gold medal, that supersedes everything. And they pulled together and they played magnificently.
That's awesome. Now, you and your wife, Lauren, also have a book out that you did together called We Chose You, and that focuses on family, love, and adoption. Can you tell me a little bit about that book?
Yeah, that is really my wife's passion, her heart, and a project that she spearheaded. We've written a series of children's books that deal with young people and lessons that they have to learn, and parents and coaches and other adults helping them through it. So we've had a lot of fun doing that. But this was really, as I say, her passion. She wanted to have a book about adoption to explain that God has plans for every single baby that's born, and he has plans for every life. And so for some people, that's planting them in a different family. And that should be something that's embraced. That should be something that the children don't wonder about, you know, what happened to me? Why did my parents give me away? No, you know, you were chosen and God took you into a different family that loves you and wants to see you flourish, but it's all part of God's plan. So it was really fun to do it with her and to just watch how this story came alive.
Wow, that's fantastic, man. You guys are busy, man. Listen, the name of this show is Going the Distance, and even though, you know, the career side of football is over, but you're still going the distance, you know, trying to maximize what God has given you, and that's just phenomenal. I applaud you and Lauren. I mean, she's doing triathlons? That's...
She is something, and she won't let me give away her age, but she is, you know, we have 10 children. She's participating in these marathons and triathlons. She's doing a lot in our church and volunteering and working. But I think we both believe that, you know, God gave us a platform, gave us a tremendous platform. He gave us visibility. And there's things that we can do with the roles that we have to help God's team, God's kingdom. And we need to do that. If we want the team to be successful, we've got to do our part, and that's what we've tried to do.
That's awesome. Well, listen, Coach, I so appreciate you once again for taking time out. The Soul of a Team, a modern-day fable for winning teamwork, and We Chose You. Those books can be found where books are sold. Go check them out. We'll be right back after this. Well, hey, I'd like to thank you for joining us, and be sure to tune in next week. And remember, whatever you're going through, life is short. Go the distance. See you next time.